Uh, Hello everyone, this is Group F and we welcome your presentation. My name is Ramjatin Vegula. I'm joined by my colleagues Swati Ben Himamshu Patel, Kulsoon Askari Raza, Amar Farooq Syed. We collaborated as a team and create comparative analysis between Apple and Samsung based on their organizational culture. Every team member will take us through the respective paths they work. Let's get started. So I'll start with the slide one. Apple. I'll talk about Apple overview. Apple Inc. is a US-based multinational tech firm with offices in Cupertino, California, and Silicon Valley. It was established in 1976 by Steve Jobs, Steve Wozniak, and Ronald Wayne under the name of Apple Computer Company. It was then renamed Apple Inc. in 1977. Apple is the top revenue earner in global technology sector as of 2024 financial year. The company recorded a revenue of 391 billion. Now let's talk about Samsung. Samsung is a South Korea based multinational dealing with a wide range of consumer electronics and major appliances, founded on 13 January 1969. Like it's uh, older than Apple. Its headquarters are situated in Yo Youngster district in Suwon, South Korea. In 2024, total annual revenue recorded by Samsung was 206.74 billion. Like it's Apple made it almost double of Samsung uh, on record. So let's continue about the formal and informal like work like culture like cultures they work in. So Apple generally allows them to have an informal culture of working. Apple encourages creativity, independence, and individual involvement, thus creates an innovative and flexible workplace culture. Um, the company fosters an environment of open communication and idea sharing across teams. The employees often dress casually, as the main focus is on innovation rather than strict formalities or processes. In terms of in product of develop management designed into Apple informal culture do not seek for agility and quick decisions. Let's talk about Samsung now. Samsung has a formal culture. Is the culture of Samsung is too formal, under discipline. The corporate culture within Samsung is more traditional and hierarchical compared due to South Korea's confiscation tradition and hierarchical business structure. Also, respect to the seniority and rank are gauged by the tendency of employees to follow formal communication protocol, dress codes, and office behavior. Decision making usually follows top down approach with clear chain of command and structured approval process of staff organization. So S- Samsung has like the formal one and the Apple has the informal one, if you see. So from the next slide, my friend Kulsoon Askari Raza will continue. Thank you.
Good morning. Today I'll be presenting a brief comparison between the organizational cultures of two tech giants, Apple and Samsung. In slide 1, this presentation explores how both companies differ in how they structure and their staff and what core values define their work culture. As you can see in the slide 2, you see that how the staff was organized. At Apple, the staff is structured in a centralized function system. This means that decisions are largely made by top leadership with an emphasis on deep expertise in specific areas. This structure supports Apple's focus on high quality innovation and consistent branding across all products. Samsung, on the other hand, uses a hierarchical structure with autonomous business divisions. Each division operates independently, allowing Samsung to diversify rapidly and adapt to different markets. This model supports flexibility and business unit independence. In slide 3, we see what values are important. For Apple values, Apple centers on innovation, simplicity, user privacy, and aesthetics. The company encourages employees to think differently, foster a culture of creativity, and perfectionism in product design. Samsung, on the other hand, those values are focused on global competitiveness, speed, quantity, upholding integrity, technological advancements. Its culture is more performance driven, emphasizing fast innovation cycles and market leadership. In summary, while both Apple and Samsung prioritize innovation, their internal cultures differ significantly. Apple is more focused on controlled design led innovation, whereas Samsung thrives on scale, flexibility, and speed.
Good morning, Professor and my fellow classmates. My name is Shahid Umar Farooq, and in this presentation, I am going to evaluate the differentiations between the power and status between Apple and Samsung. Apple and Samsung are companies who operate in the same mobile industry, and it's like Messi and Ronaldo of mobile industries. So power and status is influenced is influenced power and status is influenced with multiple factors, and that factors can be status or the ranking of an employee and the finances and the public opinion. So let's talk about the ranking structure of this company. Samsung is a company which follows a traditional hierarchy structure where they promote their employees on a step-by-step ladder, and this promotion gonna take longer period of time to reach the topmost position of the company. Yes, if you're highly skilled and super talented, then you might climb up the ladder super fast. And but when it compares to Apple, when we compare Samsung to Apple, Apple uh, promote promote their employees based on the skills and talents and what one brings to the company. So if you're super talented and you're super skilled, you are gonna be promoted to the highest distinction uh, when you're working in Apple. But if you are super talented and you're super skilled, you're still gonna have to climb the ladder step by step when you're working for Samsung. So for instance, let's take employee A and employee B, who has the same skill set, was equally talented, but one is working for Samsung and one is working for Apple. The promotion is gonna be different. So the person who is working, the employee A who is working for Apple is gonna be promoted uh, super fast and super early. But the person or employee, the employee B who is working for Samsung is gonna get promoted, but it's gonna take time as he has to follow the hierarchy structured position promotion. And the next thing is finances, like the payouts, the salaries, because the uh, salaries and finances matters too when it comes to power. So yeah, Samsung Samsung pay out their employees on the regular market value and gives usual and moderate bonuses to the employees who did exceptionally well. But when compared to Apple, Apple pay their employees the app the com Apple pay their employees a good amount. The salary caps are nice and a little bit above average and above market cap. And apart from that, they also reward their employees through stocks and shares, which are gonna which is like a long-term investment in Apple. So this is the rewarding and payout system of these companies. And yeah, if the power lies in the hands who earns more money in the end of the day. And the last thing is public opinion, how people see things, how people are going to see these employees. So Samsung is a brand who displays reliability and durability. And Apple is a brand who displays luxury. So when it comes to public, they see Apple employees like a fancy thing. Oh, this employees, he is working for Apple, he's gonna earn more. And think a lot of fancy stuff about employee who is working in Apple. But the employee who is working for Samsung is not gonna feel the same because people are gonna see them just as normal working employees. So yeah, and this is something like under whose shadow we are working in. And this is completely fine because these are the company's marketing strategies. Apple want to show themselves as a luxurious brand, and Samsung want to show themselves as a reliable, durable, more friendly family brand. So yeah, the status and the power are going to be defined by how the brand display himself. And in the public opinion, the public is gonna see these differences too. So these were the points which creates a difference in power and status when an employee is working for Apple and Samsung. So yeah, that was all me. And from now, the presentation will be continued by my fellow class. Thank you.
Hello, Professor, and hello, everyone. My name is Swati Patel, and the next slide will be presented by me. And here I'm going to share my slide about the physical environment of Apple company and Samsung company. So first, we can have a look on Apple. So here we can see Apple's physical environment is a frame to encourage creativity and collaboration. Its head office is recognized as Apple Park, incorporates open, rational layout with expensive glass walls, common pods, as well as communal lounges as well. The open design foster unplanned discussion and collaborative innovation. Employees are fostered to work collectively in informal settings, minimizing hierarchical obstacles and encouraging an environment of clarity and teamwork. So this is about the Apple's environment. Now we can focus on Samsung environment. So here we can see that the Samsung headquarters is in South Korea, proceeds with extra hierarchical office designed with organized sitting and executive meetings room as well. It is traditionally hierarchy current measures in Samsung Innovation Campus as well. Digital concern demonstrate a change towards the flexible spaces and team coordination. With the presence of collaboration, it's frequently scheduled and more structure when compared with Apple's culture. So this is about the Apple and Samsung physical environment. The next slide, we can see the last point of the conclusion. So Apple's creates a culture where power is distributed more through expertise and innovation rather than formal titles. Employees feel that status come from what contribute now how long they have been there. While Samsung, influenced by its Korean corporate culture, maintains a clearer formal hierarchies where seniority and tenure shapes power. While comparing Apple and Samsung, Apple's physical landscapes encourages open collaboration and creative synergy. Samsung is recognized as a traditionally formal, is embracing toward the extra flexible innovation based on workspace. While Apple emphasizes continuous or uninterpreted teamwork in its design, whereas Samsung and integrate structure with steady current trends. So this is all about the conclusion. The next slides about the references. And here is the presentation from my group team members about the Samsung and Apple company. Thank you so much. And here I'm going to stop my slide. And thank you so much.